Hello, and thank you for joining us for today's broadcast. This broadcast is a product of Shry Media, LLC. Unauthorized use, sale, or redistribution of this media in any form is strictly prohibited without the express written consent of Shry Media. Radio and television mediums are encouraged to reach out. Thank you for tuning in. Enjoy the game.
Friday, May 2nd. We are in Game 17, Day 5. We have a very interesting matchup on our hands. We have the Brenau Golden Tigers versus Tennessee Wesleyan. For both of these teams, both in the loser's record, the only thing that is guaranteed is that they have this game in 7 innings of play. Anything after that is not guaranteed. Now, the winner of this game advances to the championship game at 1 o'clock. Tennessee Wesleyan, Brenau, this is a matchup, a rematch from earlier in the tournament where Brenau got the upper edge of Tennessee Wesleyan 7-4. Now, Tennessee Wesleyan right now has been on the tear. They eliminated the number 2 seeded Bryan College yesterday, eliminated the number 1 seeded Reinhardt University Eagles. Jeff, what could we see today?
Based on this week, there's really untelling what we could see. Just two great softball teams, and there's Dayton Power leading things off with a leadoff double, maybe a triple.
Oh, she's making her way to third. She's going to round second and definitely get to third, and that's how you start off a game.
Stand-up triple for Dayton Power, and, you know, Deshaun, I was going to say, you know, Brenau's offense, high potent, high-powered, a fast break style offense on dirt, and they're much more efficient when Power, Moon, McGee, Halsey get on base. And Dayton Power starting things off with a bang here in the top of the first inning.
Bailey Phillips will be in the circle again today. There was one run given up that was not even earned. That run is going to score Brenau just like that on the scoreboard.
Yeah, great little bunt single by Eva Moon, a push bunt in an area where the pitcher or the first baseman, neither one of those ladies could get to it. Eva Moon safe at first. Power comes home. 1-0 Brenau here in the top of the first.
And the key is those two players who led off, they're going to have to be on their A game. Bailey Phillips with that first pitch strike. Dayton Power, Ava Moon, those two players, those are the ones. You get them on base. That can really get that lineup going.
Here's the scary thing about Dayton Power and Ava Moon, just sophomores.
Exactly. As that's going to be thrown straight to the second. She is going to be safe. Ava Moon steals.
First stolen base of the game for Brenau. Ava Moon had 37 stolen bases coming into this one, make it 38. Swipe second, runner on second, nobody out.
So now they're going to have a conversation right down on the field as he feels like that was a perfectly timed throw. Felt like right as she threw it, she was tagged out. So umpires now down on the field having a conversation to talk about if that call is going to stand. Look, I'm pretty sure usually they're going to keep that call. And as we see, she is safe. No outs on the board. Moon made her way to second, so you have a runner in scoring position. Whitney Halsey now up to the plate. Whitney Halsey in the game against Tennessee Wesleyan, her last go. 3 for 4, and she had a run scored. Now, yesterday, Brenau did make an appearance on this field where they played against Johnson. That game, they were the two lone teams who had not had a loss. The winner of that game was advancing to the championship. So now, Brenau has to find a way to get past Tennessee Wesleyan, already in the lead 1-0, to try to get that rematch with Johnson. Johnson still unbeaten in this tournament. We will now see, after that quick stoppage of play, we're going to see Phillips take this next pitch for the Bulldogs. That one swung on and missed. It's going to bring it to a 1-2 count. Phillips yesterday, if you were a Tennessee Wesleyan fan, you definitely heard the name Bailey Phillips a lot. I mean, struck out a lot of batters, had that home run, even got that base hit that brought in a run to get the win over Reinhardt yesterday. Sun gazing over the field, beautiful weather so far. As Halsey pops that in the foul territory, that is going to be out. First out of this inning.
Now batting the catcher, number 14, Allie McGee.
Allie McGee up to the plate now. Last time in the game against Tennessee Wesleyan, she went 1 for 2. So now with one out on the board, Phillips will take this pitch. Inside pitch called for a strike, 0-1 count. Moon still on second. Phillips looking to take this next pitch. She just goes pitch by pitch each time. Another inside pitch called for a strike, 0-2 count, getting ahead. And so now for Phillips. Looking to try to sit this batter down. Outside pitch. That will be the first strikeout for Bailey Phillips. Getting right back on, getting down to business in that circle like she does. Bringing up Peyton Hawkins to the plate. Peyton Hawkins in the game yesterday against Johnson. Was a little banged up. Went 0 for 1. Ended up finishing off the game. In the game against Tennessee Wesleyan last time, 2 for 3, 1 run scored. Got contact on that pitch that does go into foul territory. 0-1 count. 2 outs on the board. Phillips looking to try to leave Ava Moon stranded on second. As now she'll take this next pitch. Outside pitch, a bit high, call for a ball. 1-1 count. Again, if you are having the mindset of both teams, the only thing guaranteed for both teams is that they're going to be playing in this game and that they're playing today. Anything after that is not guaranteed. It's that it's hitting the foul territory. You have to earn your way to play at the 1 o'clock game for the championship, and business will pick up from there. But the reality is today we do crown a champion on Southeast Sports Network for the AAC Softball Championships in Kingsport, Tennessee. That also hitting the foul territory. So Phillips right now ahead of the count, 1-2. She'll look to go for this next pitch. Great at bat so far. That also is hitting the foul territory. Keeps it at a 1-2 count. Hawkins. The lefty looking to take this next pitch from Phillips. And Phillips retires another batter. Second strikeout of the inning. She will escape this inning. Tennessee Wesleyan did give up a run. Brenau is leading 1-0. We will now go into the bottom of the first. We will see if Tennessee Wesleyan's offense can get going. As Emily Hall will enter the circle, we will find out here on Southeast Sports Network. Bottom of the first inning action. Emily Hall enters the circle. As yesterday she did start against Johnson, moved to 15-6 on the season. 2.5 innings pitched. 1 batter struck out, gave up 4 hits, 2 runs. And then in the game against Tennessee Wesleyan, her last time in the circle, complete game. 3 batters struck out, 4 hits, 4 runs given up, 6 hits, 3 earned. Macy Chastain will be leading off for Tennessee Wesleyan. Macy Chastain in that game against Bryan to put out the number 2 seed. She went 3 for 4, 2 runs scored, struck out once, and after that she just started to get it going and found her way on base each time. So Emily Hall will take that first pitch. Outside pitch called for a ball, 1-0 count. So Emily Hall, she has been a top pitcher in this tournament. You've heard names of Emily Hall, Bailey Phillips, Lindy Weber, Ansley Pettit. It's that inside pitch called for a ball as well, 2-0 count. So now getting ahead for Chastain. Hall, she'll take this pitch. This time called for a strike, 2-1 count. Now Chastain. She'll let's see what this next pitch would be. Hasn't really swung at anything yet, being just super patient at the plate. Gets the sign. Hall takes the pitch. That one a bit low in that zone. Now with the advantage of a 3-1 count. So for Emily Hall. She'll look to get it going. Next pitch. Outside. That will be called for a strike. Full count. Very important pitch for Emily Hall. We're going to try to get that first out on the board and try to retire Chastain. Going for that next pitch. This time they get some contact. Hawkins looks to try to get that first out. But we will stay at a full count, get another go at it. So the full count. Hall. She'll go for this next pitch. It's time. Chastain. That is popped right to Ava Moon. First out of the inning. And now brings Courtney Sneed up to the plate, center fielder. Courtney Sneed in the game against Reinhardt 0 for 3. In the game against Bryan went 1 for 4, 1 run scored. Now Hall will take this first pitch. First pitch called strike, 0-1 count. Courtney Sneed had an RBI against Brenau in the last go. Went 1 for 3. Now bottom of the first inning action. It's time, get some contact. That is going to be popped right into right field. That would be Riley Smith getting that second out of the inning. Now 2 outs on the board. Bailey Phillips made some great work in the circle. Now she's going to make her way up to the plate. Bailey Phillips in the game against Bryan. 3 for 4, 2 runs scored, 2 RBIs. Had that 2-run homer. First pitch called a ball. And then also in the circle, was moved to 17-3 on the season. Complete game, 2 hits only given up, 1 run, none earned. That was swung on and missed. Struck out 6 batters. Then in the game against Reinhardt, moved to 18-3 in the circle. Struck out 4 batters. Last pitch was called a ball. 1 batter walked. She went 1 for 3. That 1 hit she got. Drove in a run, the only run of the game, which helped the Bulldogs move over the Eagles. That ball hit in the foul territory, puts it at a 2-2 count. So now the 2-2 count. Hall. Prep for this next pitch. A little bit low and outside, brings to a full count. 2 outs on the board. Bailey Phillips looking to try to get on base. Brenau would love to go 3 up and 3 down and get that offense back on this field. We will find out after this next pitch. Emily Hall, first strikeout of the evening. So 3 up, 3 down type of inning. Brenau slowing down Tennessee Wesleyan's offense early in the game. We will see if the Golden Tigers can continue what they're doing, try to get some more hits brought along. Brookshire will be leading on and see if they can drive in some more runs. We'll find out on Southeast Sports Network. Top of the second action, we have Brianne Brookshire who will be leading off. Brookshire in the game against Johnson went 2 for 3. Now we will see her get her first at bat today. Phillips returns to the circle after one inning of work. Ended up striking out 2 batters. And that will go down as the first out of this inning.
Now batting the left fielder, number 4, Busby.
Allie Busby, last game against Tennessee Wesleyan, she helped move the needle for the Golden Tigers. Helped them get that home run, which resulted in that 7-4 win. And this time, that will go right into right center. She's going to travel her way all the way to second, and that will be a stand-up double.
Now batting the right fielder, number 8, Riley Smith.
Hit number 3 of the day for the Golden Tigers. Bailey Phillips will take this first pitch. That one is going to be popped into foul territory. One for the bunt attempt. That also hit in the foul territory. 0-2 count. One out on the board. Runner on second, Busby. It's Phillips. You've seen her in games where she might give up some hits, but eventually she will figure it out. So now, as that is going to be popped up right to the catcher. Second out on the inning.
Shortstop, number 11, Charlotte Smith.
As now, Phillips will look to take this first pitch. Charlotte Smith out to the plate. That first pitch was called a strike, 2 outs on the board. Charlotte Smith in the game yesterday against Johnson went 1 for 2. Looking to add another hit, try to drive in some runs. You already have, with that bunt, that will be safe. Runner in the corners now. Charlotte Smith with the bunt perfectly placed, and she makes her way straight to first. That's just great speed. Now we're at the back of the top of the lineup with Dayton Power. Dayton Power, her first at bat. That was a triple, a leadoff triple. Runners in the corners. 2 outs on the board. Phillips will take this pitch. First pitch called strike. 0-1 count. As on that last bunt, that did move Busby to third. Phillips. Take that pitch. And great concentration at third by Baldwin. So with that, Brenau has 2 runners left stranded. 2 hits was added in this inning, but no runs. We will take us a quick break to see if Tennessee Wesleyan get that offense going, or can Emily Hall try to force 3 up and 3 down in his next inning here on Southeast Sports Network. Top of the second action. Emily Hall will return to the circle. 15 total pitches, 1 inning of work, 1 batter struck out. Tennessee Wesleyan yet to record a hit just yet. Yet to get someone on base. Tennessee Wesleyan looking to try to match the intensity. Brenau, 4 hits already. Mackenzie Baldwin, who got that last out. She's going to look to have her first at bat. Hall takes the pitch outside in the zone. First pitch called strike, 0-1 count. That's now Hall. She'll take this next pitch. If that one's a bit high, called for a ball, 1-1 count. As looking in this tournament, it has been the grind. Started on Monday. Brenau defeated Milligan 3-0, and then defeated Bryan with the 8-3 final, and then defeated Tennessee Wesleyan 7-4, lost to Johnson 8-0. This is their 4th game they have played. So we're going to see a visit in the circle. Just try to calm her down going into the top of the second. Mackenzie Baldwin, very patient at the plate so far, but looking to record that first hit. For Tennessee Wesleyan, when that offense does get going and they start catching up, it turns into a different game. And you can tell the pride is still there for Tennessee Wesleyan. They've seen it all throughout this tournament as well. You come in, they played a number 3 seeded Truett McConnell. They overcome that, win 7-6. Then with that, they get Tuesday off. They come back and they play that night game against Brenau. They fall 7-4. Then yesterday, with their backs against the wall, it turns into them defeating the number 2 seeded Bryan 5-1, and then defeated the number 1 seeded Reinhardt 1-0. As now, that retires a batter. First out on the board, Mackenzie Baldwin will now go back to the dugout.
Number 11, Taylor Penning.
Baldwin did strike out swinging. Now Taylor Penning up to the plate. This is her first at bat. Hall takes the pitch. Inside, called for a ball, 1-0 count. Taylor Penning in the game against Reinhardt, 0-2 in the game against Bryan. She went 1-4. So now that is going to get right into right field. Riley Smith diving. Two outs on the board.
Now batting the first baseman, number 33, Tatum Massengale.
Now Tatum Massengale up to the plate, her first at bat. Tatum Massengale yesterday against Bryan went 1-2. Against Reinhardt also went 1-2. And this time she will record the first hit going through the 5-6 hole. 2-out single. So now that will bring Bradley up to the plate.
Now batting second baseman, number 20, Kaylee Bradley.
So Kaylee Bradley now up to bat. So now Bradley, she'll take this pitch. Well, Hall took the pitch from Hall. First pitch called strike, 0-1 count. Massengale on first. So now Hall takes the pitch. That one a bit high in the zone, 1-1 count. Now, as she'll now take this next pitch. That one a little bit low in the dirt. Goes down for a ball, 2-1 count. So 2-1 count, 2 outs on the board. Massengale on first. You'll see Emily Hall take this next pitch. Bradley getting some contact. That is going to be hit right into left field for the third out. So with one hit, runner stranded.
No runs, one hit,
Great way for
runner,
Busby to get that last out.
We head to the third inning. Brenau leads Tennessee Wesleyan 1-0.
Tennessee Wesleyan will try to slow down Brenau's offense as we go into the top of the third. We'll take a quick break here with Southeast Sports Network.
Leading off for Brenau, second baseman number 1, Ava.
Top of the third action, Ava Moon will be leading off this inning, as she had a base hit at her first at-bat. First pitch called strike. Bailey Phillips is back to the circle. 2 innings of work, 1 run given up. 2 batters struck out, 27 total pitches. She will take this next pitch. It's this time. Moon. That is going to be hit into the left field. Moon's going to make her way to second. It's going to be a leadoff double. 2 for 2 on the day. Hit number 5 for the Golden Tigers.
Now batting the third baseman number 22, Whitney Holsey.
Now Whitney Holsey, her last at bat, fouled off to third. That was hitting the foul territory. 0-1 count. Phillips in the circle. This time, that is smoked into left field in the foul territory. So now with the 0-2 count getting ahead, Bailey Phillips looking to try to slow down this Brenau offense. So now she'll get ready to take this next pitch. Outside pitch of that zone, call for a ball, 1-2 count. Now Bailey Phillips. Seen a lot of different batters throughout this tournament. Pitched 14 innings yesterday, as that is carried into the outfield. That will be caught by right fielder. Great throw from left field. Can she be tagged out? She will be safe. Moon makes her way to third. That's a great throw by Chastain. First of all, that's a great put out to get that first out, but then a great throw to third. Now Phillips, 1 out on the board, 1 runner 60 feet away from scoring distance. That is going to be popped up. And that will be caught in the infield. Second baseman, Bradley. Out number 2.
The first baseman, number 2, Peyton Hawkins.
Peyton Hawkins now up to bat. She's 0 for 1 in a day. She did strike out of her last go. So now we will see Bailey Phillips take this first pitch. Right on the inside in that zone, 0-1 count. Now 2.5 innings of work. 2 batters struck out, looking to try to get her third. Phillips takes this pitch. And she will get it Right thrown at home. She is out. So going for the bunt with 2 outs on the board. Bailey Phillips, great awareness to field that bunt, throw out at home, keeps it 1-0. We're going to take us a quick break with Southeast Sports Network, and we will see if Tennessee Wesleyan can get their offense going here in Kingsport, Tennessee. Bottom of the third action, we have Brooke Freeman, who will be leading off. Emily Hall will be returning to the circle. 2 innings of work, 2 batters struck out, 27 total pitches. She will now have another inning in the circle. Freeman.
Now batting the designated player, number 19.
Will now have her first at bat as we have 8, 9, and 1 due up at the plate. She'll take this first pitch. Outside pitch, a little bit out of the zone, called for a ball, 1-0 count. Still a 1-0 game. Brenau did jump ahead, lead off triple, and then another base hit to bring in a run. This time swing and a miss. Brings it to a 1-1 count. Seen some people in the comments today. Big shout out to everyone watching today's game. A lot of action going. Big thank you to Lexi McCray that has tuned in. Thank you for complimenting this broadcast crew that we have. Same with Gabe Shries. He's watching as well. So 1-1 count. Takes this pitch. That outside pitch a little bit misses the zone. Brings to a 2-1 count. So Hall. She'll let it take this next pitch with a 2-1 count. This time, Freeman gets contact. But who better than Ava Moon getting that first out of this inning?
Now batting the right fielder, number 7, Carlin Adamanuk.
Adamanuk now will get her first at bat of the day. In the game against Reinhardt, went 1 for 2. Had 1 run scored. That run that drove in for the win. That bunt hit in the foul territory, 0-1 count. This is the bottom of the third, first game of the day. Loser will have their season ended. Winner goes to the championship. That also hit in the foul territory. Emily Hall now ahead in the count. Now 0-2 count, 1 out on the board. Emily Hall. Get ready for this next pitch. So this time, that goes in the foul territory. Keeps it at an 0-2 count. Again, 4 games played by Brenau through this tournament. This time, get some contact. That is grounded right to short. Adamanuk makes it safely. That errant throw. Kind of curious if she would have made it safely regardless of the throw. But with the speed of Adamanuk, that's a bang-bang play.
The left fielder, number 3, Macy Chastain.
Jeff Campbell, welcome back. You've been playing double duty with us today.
That's right, doing a little troubleshooting. Long walk to center field twice, but I think we got it going.
Thank you for getting our camera going.
No problem. It's such a great view and certainly helps the folks watching at home here on the Southeast Sports Network or in their office or wherever they may be.
Chastain has her second at bat. 0 for 1 on the day. She did pop up to right field. As Adam Manuk, she will steal second safely.
Yeah, Adam Manuk showing off her speed. Legged out the infield single. Swipe second. Runner in scoring position for Tennessee Wesleyan.
So at the 1-1 count. Emily Hall with one on the board. Looking to try to contain Tennessee Wesleyan. They have 2 hits on the day so far. Last pitch was called a ball, 2-1 count.
Yeah, only 2 hits on the day, but a runner on second with 1 out here in the bottom of the third. Good scoring opportunity ahead for Macy Chastain at the plate, trying to drive Adam Manuk in from second.
And we've seen Tennessee Wesleyan, when they get in those situations where all it takes is 1 hit and then continuing to go after that. And now Chastain makes her way to first.
The center fielder.
Brings up Courtney Sneed. That will result in a mound visit for Brenau. Sneed, a very dangerous hitter, 321 on the season. The senior from Soddy Daisy, Tennessee. Great opportunity ahead for her. Just another gorgeous day for softball, Deshaun, here in Kingsport.
Absolutely. Got the clouds gazing over a little bit, but beautiful clouds because you still see some sun also coming in.
Yeah, I was out there, trying to get that camera going and didn't realize how windy it was. It's
Yeah, it's a bit windy today.
a little breezy. But just a gorgeous day here in Kingsport. Once again, you see the Visit Kingsport tent in front of us when we go to the camera from the press box. And I want to thank those folks for all their hospitality this week. Done a great job hosting this event, helping support this event, and their service is invaluable to the success of this tournament.
They've been just top tiered. It just wouldn't be right not to give them a shout out. As Sneed will get contact on that. That does advance runners over. So with that, she does tag Sneed out. Umpires will have a conversation. So Chastain on second. Adam Manuk advances to third.
Yeah, I'm not sure what this conference is about. A little slow roller to first. Peyton. Is that Peyton Hawkins still in at first?
Yes.
Applied the tag. Not sure why she didn't just step on the bag, but either way, a much-needed out for Brenau. Puts 2 outs on the board. Runners do advance. Runners at second and third with Bailey Phillips due up for the Bulldogs.
And Bailey Phillips, in her eyes, she's due for one. 0 for 1 on the day. She did strike out her last at bat. But you've seen when there's runners on, and Bailey Phillips
The pitcher, number 32.
just needs that 1 hit. She can get that 1 hit, and she can drive in some runs, and you have speed on base.
Yeah, she's done a great job of that all week here, Deshaun. Just a great contact hitter. Lifts that one into right field. Caught for out number 3.
So leaving 2 runners stranded, there was 1 hit in this inning. So with that, Brenau keeps Tennessee Wesleyan scoreless. We're going to take us a quick break to see if the Golden Tigers could come into the top of the 4th and get that offense rolling even more here with Southeast Sports Network.
The Southeast Sports Network is now on Amazon Fire TV. Now you can download the SESN app and watch on any Amazon-enabled device, such as your Fire Stick. The easiest way to download the app is to go to our website, find the Watch SESN tab, and click Fire TV app. Then just select your device from the list. That's it. Free and easy. Enjoy watching the Southeast Sports Network on your Fire TV, Fire Stick, or Fire tablet with just a few clicks.
Leading off the DP, number 5.
Top of the fourth action, Kingsport, Tennessee. Bree Brookshire will be leading off this inning. Brookshire, last inning, flied out to left. As this time, that is going to go right into left field. First out of the inning, great put out by Chastain.
Yeah, I thought that ball was going to drop. Chastain getting on her horse, getting to it to retire Brookshire for out number 1. They'll bring up Allie Busby to the plate for the Golden Tigers. Riley Smith in the on-deck circle.
I do agree with you. I did think that was going to drop, and that could have been another leadoff single for the Golden Tigers. This time, that is a first pitch called strike, 0-1 count.
Which no longer has athletics. Yep, no longer has athletics. They were just so good, they said, let's get rid of it.
Allie Busby hitting .368 on the year with 4 home runs.
We feel bad for everyone else because of how good we are.
Second out of the inning. That is popped into right field this time. It's a great put out from Adam Anouk.
Now batting the right fielder, number 8, Riley Smith.
Riley Smith coming to the plate now for Brenau. 379 on the season, 16 stolen bases. Speed at the bottom and at the top of this Golden Tigers lineup.
Good miss that first pitch. That's the swing and a miss, 0-1 count. Last at bat, she did foul off to the catcher for that easy out. So now Phillips, she'll take that next pitch. That will be bunted right to Phillips. 3 up, 3 down.
No runs, no
And
hits,
so
no
with
errors.
that,
None left,
we
no
go into the
errors.
bottom of the fourth, quick inning. We'll see if Tennessee Wesleyan can get some more on base, try to drive in some runs here at Southeast Sports Network in Kingsport, Tennessee. Bottom of the fourth action, Emily Hall will return to the circle for the Golden Tigers. 3 innings of work, 2 batters struck out, 43 total pitches, 1 walk. And now leading off this inning will be Mackenzie Baldwin. Mackenzie Baldwin, her last at bat, she did strike out.
Mackenzie Baldwin.
We will now see if she can go and get a hit, get a leadoff hit on the Golden Tigers for Tennessee Wesleyan.
Mackenzie Baldwin, a senior for Tennessee Wesleyan, first team all-conference, 327 hitter on the season. Batting in the 4-hole, but she'll lead off the bottom of the fourth for Tennessee Wesleyan. Trying to earn her way on base.
That first pitch was hitting the foul territory, 0-1 count. Clouds starting to clear up a little bit over the field.
Another foul ball by Baldwin. No balls, 2 strikes.
So now we'll see Hall. She'll look to take this next pitch. Get some contact on that. That's also hit on that back gate in the foul territory.
Yeah, just got a piece of that one. That one a little bit out of the zone. Could have very easily been strike 3, but Baldwin, great job fouling it off to keep the at-bat alive.
So 0-2 count. She'll take this next pitch. Inside pitch. She is going to be sat down. That is strikeout number 3 for Emily Hall.
It was a pretty pitch. Drop ball.
Number 11,
right on the inside corner. Retires Baldwin for the first out. It brings Taylor Penning to the plate.
Taylor Penning, second at bat of the day. That pitch is a bit high. First at bat, she did fly out to right field. First pitch, now 1-0 count. Brenau, Hall takes that pitch. That goes into foul territory, brings to a 1-1 count. And if you're Brenau, you want to try to keep this offense contained. You've seen what Tennessee Wesleyan has done and how they can really get that momentum going. As that is going to be popped right to Ava Moon. Just have a feeling anytime anything's popped to second base and Ava Moon's right there, she's coming down with that.
Oh, yeah, just a fantastic fielder for Brenau. Very, very quick, very fast, and covers a lot of territory out there at second.
So now we have Tatum Massengale, who did get the first hit for Tennessee Wesleyan, and it was with 2 outs on the board.
Chance to do it again here in the bottom of the fourth, Deshaun.
Absolutely. First pitch was called a strike. She did swing at that. Hall. She's looking to take this next pitch. That went a bit outside and low in the dirt. 1-1 count.
Great eye by Massengale, the sophomore from Hickson, Tennessee. 368 hitter. Had a solid week here in Kingsport.
She has. As that got some contact, goes into foul territory. 1-2 count, 2 outs on the board. Emily Hall looking to try to retire another batter. Now Hall takes this pitch.
Just missed off the plate. Great location from Hall. Won the called third strike, didn't get it. 2-2.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Deuce is wild. Outside pitch brings to a full count.
And I think Hall's sort of asking, what more can I do?
Hey, keep taking it a pitch at a time at this point.
Exactly right. Trying to get this third out.
And with that, Ava Moon grounds it. She'll get it to Peyton Hawkins, 4-3 put out. And that will end off this inning. 3 up, 3 down. So now we'll see Brenau's offense going into inning number 5, top of the 5th. We're going to take us a quick break here with Southeast Sports Network. We'll talk about Brenau's offense a little bit more here in Kingsport, Tennessee.
Kingsport is more than just a stop, it's a destination. From family fun at Bays Mountain Park to championship golf, arts, and local events, there's something here for everyone. Ready to experience Southern hospitality at its finest? Plan your visit today and see why Kingsport is the...
Certainly appreciate those folks. And as Charlotte Smith comes to the plate to lead off the top of the 5th inning, first pitch swinging, strike 1.
Charlotte Smith, 1 for 1 on the day so far. She had that butt single. This time gets some contact that will go into foul territory. Bailey Phillips getting ahead in the count. Bailey Phillips so far, 4 innings of work. 2 batters struck out, 40 total pitches. As now she gets another inning of work, looking to try to make this a quick inning. This time, I get some contact. Goes right in the foul territory, right near the trees.
Yeah, Bailey Phillips, just a great tournament, but a phenomenal season. 18-3 on the season, 1.55 ERA, 125 strikeouts, and 139.2 innings pitched.
Goodness. That last pitch was called for a ball. 1-2 count. Yeah, Bailey Phillips, I mean, what more can you say?
Yeah, and what she's done this week in the circle has been very, very admirable. Hats off to her.
That ball also in the foul territory. Keeps it at a 1-2 count.
And again, Charlotte Smith, and we mentioned this yesterday, Deshaun, batting in that 9 spot like an extra leadoff hitter. Great speed, barrel control, fouls a lot of pitches off, doesn't strike out a whole lot, just does a very, very good job getting herself on base.
She does, and she's very impactful for Brenau. I mean, it shows why she's an important player in this lineup.
Just take this situation right here, nobody out. If she can get on, then you'll have to deal with Dayton Power and Ava Moon. You're going to have to deal with them either way.
And that's a great backhand and a great throw to first. It's a beautiful 6-3 putout. We're going to see if there's going to be any kind of conversation on the field from Brenau's coach.
Yeah, the throw was a little down the line. There may be some debate as to whether the foot of the first baseman stayed on the bag when she made the catch.
That's a great way for Taylor Penning to corral that and get it thrown to first and for Massengale to still stay on.
Yeah, that's a tough play from Penning, and especially against a speedy runner like Smith.
The center fielder, number 3, Dayton Power.
Because if you take any less time to throw that ball,
she's safe, yeah.
Absolutely.
Just a bang-bang play. And this game is, it evolved to, a game where if you have a lot of speed in your lineup and you can get on base, you're going to have a huge advantage, and that's one of the reasons we see Brenau playing here on Friday morning.
As now that gets some contact that will go right into Courtney Sneed's territory, but she does not get that. That is going to be another hit for Dayton Power.
Yeah, that ball hung up here in the late morning sky, and probably a little bit affected by the wind. Heady base running by Power, never slowed down. Gets to second easily. Puts herself into scoring position. Already scored 1 run today after the leadoff triple back in the first.
So now with a triple and a double, you get Ava Moon up to the bat. Ava Moon, she's 2 for 2 on the day. First pitch called a ball that went a bit high. 1 out on the board. Brenau now with 6 hits on the day.
Yeah, Ava Moon, 493 on the season. First in the conference with 37 stolen bases. And you can see why she's, drives in a lot of runs, such an effective hitter, because most of the time Dayton Power is on second.
Yeah. With Dayton Power and then Ava Moon, just that combination, and just to have back-to-back like that is it's a beautiful part of that lineup to lead off.
Yeah, Brenau's only lost to Johnson yesterday. Power and Moon found it difficult to get on base.
And that was something from, it's a great strategy by Johnson, but also there was great pitching by Lindy Weber and her way to contain those top hitters from Brenau.
Yeah, you almost have to adjust your defense. I mean, a lot of times you'll play back with this kind of speed. You got to, bring your infielders in so they'll have time to field it and make the throw. Ava Moon just fouling off pitch after pitch. Great at bat from the sophomore from Watkinsville, Georgia.
So now we have a visit to the mound. Coach talking to Phillips in the circle. We'll see what that'll be. You have one out on the board, 1-2 count. Phillips so far, she struck out 2 batters.
Yeah, and I don't think this is anything more than just, you know, you got a 1-ball, 2-strike count to Ava Moon. How do you want to pitch her in this situation? To, you know, what's going to be the best way to attempt to get her out, and in doing so, hopefully leaving Dayton Power at second. And that's much easier said than done with Moon in the batter's box. But
so after that quick stoppage, we'll get back into play. Power on second. Moon still at bat. Phillips in the circle. So now the sun gazing on the field at Brickyard Park. Phillips takes this pitch.
almost made it in the window.
Had a good eye on it this time.
Oh, yeah.
He'll take the next pitch. It's good at bat so far by Ava Moon.
Oh, yeah, high quality at bat. You know, just, we've said it all week long. A lot of times in these situations, advantage goes to the hitter, and just an opportunity to see more pitches. Uh-oh.
This time right inside.
Another hole-in-one, this time by Ava Moon. I thought it was going to bounce and hit the awning.
Yeah.
Came right in here.
And this time, that's going to carry it to the outfield, and that is going to go. 2-run bomb.
Touch them all, Ava Moon, after fouling off 5 pitches in a row. Ava Moon hits the big fly over the left field fence. 2 RBI home run. That's her 3rd RBI of the day. And Brenau leads 3-0 in the top of the 5th inning.
That was one of those situations you saw as soon as she hit that ball, it was gone.
Yeah, and that's just, I sort of hinted at a little bit. The great at bat, seeing a lot of pitches. Eventually, you're going to get one that you like and you can do something with. And Ava Moon made the deposit over the left field fence.
This time, that is going to be hit into right field. That is going to drop. Halsey, she's going to make her way to second.
Yeah, the fly ball from Halsey dropped in right field. And as Adamanuk made the diving attempt, her body hit the softball, kicked it away from her, and that allowed Halsey to get to second. Big inning already for Brenau with only 1 out, runner on second.
Phillips looking to try to contain Brenau. As now that is going into left center. Halsey makes her way to third. And advancing off the throw, that is now McGee at second.
Yeah, McGee, that's great base running by McGee. She sees the throw go over the head of the cutoff man, go straight to second. So now runners on second and third, only 1 out. And the Golden Tigers offense is rolling here in the top of the 5th.
As now you have a pinch runner for the Golden Tigers. That is going to be number 24, Elizabeth Bowen, sophomore out of Gainesville, Georgia.
Pinch running at second base, number 24, Elizabeth Bowen.
And that brings up to the plate Peyton Hawkins.
Now batting at first base with number 2, Peyton Hawkins.
Hawkins, first team all-conference, .457 batting average, good for 3rd in the conference. First in the conference in on-base percentage, .544. So another very dangerous hitter that Phillips has to contend with.
First pitch hitting the foul territory. 0-1 count. You look at this inning right now. Leadoff batter was Charlotte Smith, 6-3 putout. Right after that, doubled in the right field. Home run, left field. Doubled on that right field line. And then you have a single in the left center, advancing off the throw.
Yeah, these, the total bases just piling up for Brenau. A lot of extra base hits. I think we may see a sub come in from Hawkins. Was hit by a pitch yesterday, and her availability today, a game time decision for Brenau.
So now we do see someone coming out the dugout.
Once again, we certainly hope Hawkins is okay. Hawkins just a sophomore for Brenau. Once again, just a fantastic season. A big part of this high voltage Golden Tiger offense.
Hopefully she will be okay. And if so, that would bring in number 9, Callie Dell, sophomore at Lula, Georgia.
Dale will inherit the 1-1 count
Pinch hitting for Brenau. Number 9, Callie Dale.
that Hawkins had when she left the game. And now a big spot for Dale. Once again, runners on second and third, only one out here in the top of the 5th inning. Brenau with 2 runs on the board in this inning after the 2-run home run by Ava Moon.
Right now, Tennessee Wesleyan have allowed 4 hits in this inning. Brenau has strung along 2 runs. It's a 3-0 game, top of the 5th. Winner of this game will advance to the championship.
Yep, championship will be following this one.
And if you're Brenau, you want to keep that momentum going. And then you get a rematch with Johnson. You lost in 5 innings to Johnson. If you can go in with this offensive firepower that you have and try to really put Lindy Weber in the bind, if you are to get to them, that could be the perfect callback.
Yeah, they gotta put some pressure on that defense. If that ends up being the case, and that would be the case for either one of these teams. Whoever plays Johnson, you've got to find a way to get on base against Lindy Weber and put some pressure on that defense. But this game here, just in the top of the 5th.
Far from over.
Far from over, but we talk about this Brenau offense. Scored 3 runs in their win over Milligan. Defeated Bryan 8-3. Defeated Tennessee Wesleyan 8-3. And then in that game against Johnson yesterday, lost 8-0. And I didn't look at it. I don't really know, but I've just ventured to guess that the Brenau Golden Tigers have not been shut out many times this season.
Not many times. Now Callie Dell up to the plate. You have 2 runners on, 1 out. Callie Dell gets some contact. That does go into foul territory.
During that break, we saw Peyton Hawkins walk up the ramp towards the trainer in obvious discomfort. Once again, wish her the best. In this game, an injury to the arm, the elbow, it affects everything. It affects your swing, your ability to throw or catch, depending on which hand it is.
It's a great point, especially in this game.
Yeah, a lot on the line.
So much on the line. It's been a long week. Those nicks and bruises, they can get you. As now, checks at third. Throw out at first instead.
Yeah, that is a great play from Bailey Phillips in the circle. Hard hit ground ball straight back to her, but had the whereabouts to look the runner at third, kept her there, then throws over to first to retire Callie Dale for out number 2. Now she'll deal with Bree Brookshire.
Bree Brookshire 0 for 2 on the day. Phillips looking to try to get out of this inning. 2 runners on. First pitch called strike.
Pretty pitch right on the inside corner.
You have Halsey on third, Bowen on second. Now Phillips, she'll take this next pitch. It's time. Brookshire got some great contact on that. That is going to be hit to foul territory, 0-2 count.
She sure did. She took that inside pitch, hit it a ton down the left field line, foul. Now behind in the count 0-2 is Bree Brookshire.
Outside pitch called for a ball, 1-2 count.
That pitch from Phillips way out of the zone. Trying to get Brookshire to give chase.
This time this is going to be popped right at to third. That will be Mackenzie Baldwin getting that final out, leaving 2 runners stranded.
2 runs, 4 hits.
Brenau does add 2 runs on this inning. They added 4 hits. We're going to take us a quick break, see if Tennessee Wesleyan can adjust going into the bottom of the 5th here on Southeast Sports Network. Bottom of the 5th action, Kelly Bradley will be leading off. You have Emily Hall returning to the circle. 4 innings of work. 3 batters struck out, 56 total pitches. 1 batter walked.
Yeah, Ava Moon gives her pitcher Emily Hall a little more breathing room after the 2-run home run, 3-0 as we move to the bottom of the 5th inning.
It was also, it's kind of funny you think about it. Right before that home run, we were just talking about when you have Dayton Power on and you have Ava Moon at bat, something great could happen.
Yeah, it's just a great combo, and you know, they complement each other really well in their speed, athleticism, the ability to get on base. As we see Kaylee Bradley pop out to Ava Moon for out number 1.
The designated player, number 19, Brooke Freeman.
It's now Hall with 1 out on the board. She takes this pitch. Freeman commits that first pitch. That is a swing and a miss.
Yeah, nice pitch from Hall. Freeman couldn't connect. No balls, 1 strike to Brooke Freeman.
She'll take the next pitch. That was hitting the foul territory. Hall ahead in the count, 0-2 count.
Yeah, 2 high-quality pitches from Emily Hall. 3 in a row if you count the pop out to Moon. So misses low and away, ball 1.
It's a great way not to chase after that pitch. It's a great eye by Freeman.
Yeah, sort of a chase pitch from Hall, just off the plate. Great discipline from Freeman.
Freeman getting great contact on that. If she corrals that out, that will be out number 2, and it is. Great concentration from Dayton Power. So now Adam Anouk up to the plate. So her second at bat. She's 1 for 1 on the day. She's going to try to make her way. That is hitting the foul territory. Last at bat was an infield single.
Yeah, Adam Anouk trying to get the bunt down, use her speed to get another infield hit.
Now Hall.
That one misses upstairs. 1 ball, 1 strike.
So with the 1-1 count, Emily Hall, she'll take this next pitch.
Adam Anouk thought about trying to get that bunt down, but ball was out of the zone. Takes it. Ball 2, 2 balls, 1 strike to the Tennessee Wesleyan right fielder.
It's a great inside pitch. Puts it at a 2-2 count. Deuce is now wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs on the board.
Yeah, it was a great pitch. Hammered it in on her hands. This one fouled off. Adam Anouk keeping the at-bat alive.
So now Emily Hall struck out 3 batters so far. Would love to get another batter struck out. Try to make this another quick inning. Takes the next pitch. Inside pitch a bit high. This time called for a ball.
Another great at-bat we've seen. Adam Anouk fell behind no balls, 2 strikes in this count. Great discipline, works a full count. Payoff pitch upcoming.
Time goes into foul territory. To err on the fan who dropped the ball.
Should have chalked me up for an error on the foul ball that came in the window. I should have caught it.
This time, contact right down the first base line. And Dale will step on the bag. 3 up, 3 down.
No runs, no hits, no errors.
So now Tennessee Wesleyan's offense still held at 2 hits, no runs. We will see going into the top of the 6th. Brenau looking to get that offense going again. 9 hits so far, 3 runs scored. We'll take us a quick break. Talk more about that offense when we get back here on Southeast Sports Network. Beautiful cloud sitting over Brickyard Park and Kingsport, Tennessee. Still moving with some clear skies trying to make its way in.
Yeah, just a great day for softball. Nice breeze blowing out there. Not too hot, not too cold, just like baby bear soup, just right.
Allie Busby lead off single. She gets it right past second. Bradley tried to go for the dive. That is a second hit for Allie Busby.
Busby hit that one in the just right place between first and second. Slow roller makes its way into right field, puts her on first. Nobody out for Brenau. Excuse me, bottom of the 6th. Runner on first. Nobody out as Riley Smith will come to the plate now for Brenau.
Now Christina Peach pinch running on first. And Brenau at 10 hits. Phillips.
No.
As now, throw it out at first, sack bunt, advances Peach over.
It's a great bunt from Smith. Great placement, tough play for the defense, but a nice play by the defense to retire Smith at first for out number 1. Moves Peach over to second. Brings Charlotte Smith back to the plate. Had a bunt single her first time up, grounded out to short in the 5th inning.
The shortstop, number 11, Charlotte Smith.
Now Charlotte Smith up to bat, 1 for 2 in the day. Had that bunt single earlier at her first at bat. Throw it out at her second at bat, 6-3. First pitch is called for a ball.
With that hit from Busby to lead this off, unless Tennessee Wesleyan turns a double play, we will see the top of the order come back around for Brenau here in this inning.
Outside pitch in that zone. Call for a strike, 1-1.
Fouled away by Smith. That one high in the zone, barely got a piece of it. Fouls it off the backstop for strike 2.
Now Phillips takes this next pitch. That is going to be hit right to Baldwin. Baldwin. It's off the bag, so now that means Smith is safe.
That's what the speed will cause you to do. Baldwin, a great job picking that ground ball up. Rush the throw, pulls the first baseman off the bag. So now runners on the corners for Brenau. 1 out, Dayton Power to the plate.
First pitch called for a ball. Dayton Power, 2 for 3 on the day. Leadoff triple, first at bat of the game. Fouled off to third base. And then you had a double right into center field.
Yeah, just a great day at the plate for Dayton Power, seeing the ball well. As we have another mound visit. Maybe, trying to runners on first and third. How do you want to play this? You'd almost bet at some point in time that Smith will make a steal attempt towards second. Do you throw it? Do you just eat it, let her have it, or do you try some kind of pickoff play? We've seen, all 3 of those scenarios play out here this week. And if you're Tennessee Wesleyan, you would like to get out of this inning without giving up a run.
Really changes the entire situation of the game. If you're Brenau, with Dayton Power up, already feeling it, she's going to look to try to swing, but also really be smart at bat as well.
Yeah, Power shows bunt. Smith takes second. Peach stays put on third. So now runners on second and third, only 1 out. First base open. Dayton Power at the plate.
Gets contact that is hitting the foul territory.
One ball, 2 strikes now on Power.
This time. She'll throw right out, right at first. Another great eye by Phillips. 2 outs on the board.
Yeah, another great play from Phillips. Exactly what she did earlier. Caught a hard ground ball, looked at the runner at third, kept her from going home, throws to first to retire Power for out number 2. Ava Moon to the plate now for Brenau.
If you saw Ava Moon last at bat, you know exactly what lit this field up. She is 3 for 3 on the day. Bunt single, double to the left, home run to left. Next pitch called a strike, 1-1 count. 2 runners on. You have Peach on third. You have Smith on second.
This one hit her on the arm, so Moon to first to load the bases. Between Dayton Power and Ava Moon for Brenau, they have hit for the cycle, a combined cycle. Moon with a single, a double. Power also has a double. Power the triple, and Moon the 2-run home run.
Now you bring Whitney Halsey up to bat. 2 outs on the board, bases loaded. First pitch called strike. 1 for 3 on the day. She did have that double into left field earlier.
With all the speed on the bases for Brenau, a 2-out hit from Halsey may score all 3.
As that is going to leave 3 runners stranded. That was popped it in the infield. Great catch by Penning.
No runs, 1 hit, 1 error. 3 left on
So with
base.
that, we go into the bottom of the 6th.
For now,
And we're going to see if Tennessee Wesleyan's offense can get going. Only 2 hits right now. It's been somewhat of a struggle at the plate, as Massengale does have a hit, and Adam Anouk also has one. We're going to see exactly what's going to happen for the Bulldogs. We'll take a quick break here on Southeast Sports Network.
The Southeast Sports Network is now on Amazon Fire TV. Now you can download the SESN app and watch on any Amazon-enabled device, such as your Fire Stick. The easiest way to download the app is to go to our website, find the Watch SESN tab, and click Fire TV app. Then just select your device from the list. That's it. Free and easy. Enjoy watching the Southeast Sports Network on your Fire TV, Fire Stick, or Fire tablet with just a few clicks.
So now we enter the bottom of the 6th as Emily Hall will return to the circle. 5 innings of work, 3 batters struck out, 71 total pitches, 1 batter walked. Brenau leads 3-0. You do have back at the top of the lineup, Macy Chastain will be leading off this inning. Popped up to second her first at bat. She was walked at her last at bat.
You know, with all the hits that Brenau has had in this game, to only score 3 runs, you have to sort of feel like that's a win if you're Tennessee Wesleyan. You know, the Golden Tigers leaving a lot of runners stranded. Just a 3-0 game. 2 more innings for the Bulldogs to try to draw even or take the lead.
And at that point, you still have to feel the confidence that you can get a win today. So that is going to be popped right into infield, right at shortstop to Charlotte Smith.
Going to bring up Courtney Sneed,
Center fielder number 2, Courtney Sneed.
center fielder for Tennessee Wesleyan.
Courtney Sneed so far 0 for 2 on the day. Last at bat was an unassisted out, but this time she does get on with the hit. 1 out single.
Yeah, Sneed caught that one out over the plate, drove it hard into center field, a 1-out single. Puts a runner at first for Tennessee Wesleyan. Bailey Phillips coming to the plate.
Now Bailey Phillips to the plate.
Chance to help her own cause here. Keep this inning going. Only 1 out. Move some runners around. Put a little pressure on Brenau.
0-1 count. Outside pitch. Sneed will stay at first. Brings to a 1-1 count with Phillips. Phillips so far 0 for 2 in the day. She struck out earlier, then popped up to right field. As that is hitting the foul territory. Bounces off the pole. Might have been a sign of relief, because if that doesn't have as much air, you saw Dell trying to go get that out.
Yeah, good hustle by Dale. And that wind sort of held that one up. I thought it was would be over the fence, but the wind sort of held it up a little bit. Hits the fence, and Phillips back to the box. 1 ball, 2 strike count.
This time that goes into foul territory. And Callie Dell. Correction, Bree Brookshire is at first. She got that out.
Third baseman
Brookshire.
Mackenzie Baldwin.
Right in front of the opposing dugout.
So that's going to be hitting the foul territory. 0-1 count. Baldwin 0 for 2 on the day.
With 2 outs, Tennessee Wesleyan trying to generate a little offense. Had a hit and run call on there as Baldwin fouls it out of play.
That is going to be hit right, falling into center field. Can she throw out at third? That is a great throw by Dayton Power. Dayton Power, if she's not getting hit, she's making a great throw from center field. That just changed the entirety of this inning, because now we go into the top of the 7th.
And it's inning number 7.
And with the great hit,
Score remains 3-0.
that changes the offense. Now Brenau gets another opportunity.
Yeah, and it was a great play by Power out in center field. I thought she was going to be able to catch that one, but it hits in the dirt. And as Sneed rounded second going to third, Ava Moon cut her down to end the inning, and Brenau back to the plate as we move to the top of the 7th inning.
We'll take a quick break here with Southeast Sports Network. Top of the 7 action. Allie McGee will lead off for the Golden Tigers.
McGee double back in the 5th inning. Singles to start the 7th.
It's a great hit. Great contact on that. That is hit number 11 for the Golden Tigers. Offense is alive.
Yeah, that was just a great piece of hitting, like the first pitch offering from Phillips. Solid contact. It's in the left field grass. She's safe at first. As Callie Dale comes to the plate. 1 on, nobody out.
Now showing bunt. That is hitting foul territory. 0-1 count.
Yeah, Dale trying to bunt McGee into scoring position. Couldn't get the bunt down. Brenau had a golden opportunity in the 6th inning to add some insurance run. Left the bases loaded. Trying to get more here. Another foul ball by Dale. No balls, 2 strikes. You have to think she'll be swinging away here.
Oh-2 count. Bailey Phillips in the circle. 6 innings of work. 2 batters struck out. 86 total pitches. As now Dale gets some contact on that. That is going to be chased down for the first out. It's a great way to corral that. That was Chastain in the left field.
Yeah, Chastain. Long run to make the grab. Retires Dale as Brookshire comes back to the plate for Brenau.
Get some contact on that. That's going to be popped right to Bradley at second base. Second out of the inning.
After giving up the leadoff single, Bailey settles in nicely, retires Dale and Brookshire.
Allie Busby.
Now she will see Allie Busby come to the plate here in the top of the 7th inning. Runner on first, 2 outs.
Outside pitch called for a ball. 1-0 count. Allie Busby so far 2 for 3 on the day. Double to right center. Then singled right past short.
Busby watches that one miss high. Two balls, no strikes to Allie Busby.
That time finds the outside corner of that strike zone. 2-1 count, 2 outs on the board. You now have McGee on first still. She'll take this pitch, get some contact. That does go into foul territory, brings to a 2-2 count.
Yeah, Busby just getting a piece of that one. Dribbles it over towards the first base dugout. 2-2 count on the way from Bailey Phillips.
This time, right to Penning. Penning gets it to first. 6-3 put out. We go into the bottom of the 7th. One last opportunity. Season on the line. Can Tennessee Wesleyan make that bottom of the 7th rally? Or can Emily Hall finish in the circle with her defense behind her to move Brenau to the championship? Find out on Southeast Sports Network in Kingsport, Tennessee. Bottom of the 7th action. Taylor Penning, after forcing that last out, will lead off this inning.
Yeah, for Tennessee Wesleyan, you need some runners aboard. Hits have been hard to come by for the Bulldogs today. That's largely in part to Miss Emily Hall, the pitcher for Brenau. Has pitched a great game for her Golden Tigers and just 3 outs away from moving to the championship.
Leading off for Tennessee Wesleyan, the shortstop, number 11, Taylor.
That was center fielder Dayton Power doing a quick little video bomb in center field. So this morning in warm-ups, we saw some of the players from Tennessee Wesleyan doing a video bomb.
Having karaoke time out there this morning. It was.
It's that first pitch outside that zone call for a ball. And, you know, honestly, it was more funny than anything. I like those kind of moments because that's what it's all about. You get those memories.
Well, you know, in a big game like this, you got to play loose, and you got to, you know, and I think a lot of times you'll see, you know, some athletes in some sports, they're a little too, you know, too wound too tight, and you got to have fun. You got to be loose. You got to relax, and that's one of the things that I really like about softball is, you know, the you know, camaraderie among the, you know, the teammates and even between opposing teams. A lot of mutual respect out here in this sport, and one reason a lot of people watch it.
That is going to be popped into left field. First out of the inning. That is corralled by Busby.
The first baseman, number 33, Tatum Massengale.
Tatum may have a pinch hitter for Massengale.
If I'm not mistaken. It's looking like that'll be number 12, Gracie Calton.
Ladies and gentlemen, pinch hitting for Tennessee.
Gracie
Wesleyan,
Calton.
number 12, Gracie Calton.
Getting an at-bat, trying to spark a Tennessee Wesleyan comeback.
She did appear in the game yesterday against Bryan, went 0 for 4, looking to get a hit today. One out on the board, Emily Hall. She'll take this pitch. First pitch called strike, 0-1.
Pretty curved ball there from Emily Hall. Runs it across the plate towards the hitter. Catches the inside part of the plate, strike one.
And their all tournament team?
This time, get some contact. That does go into foul territory.
Yeah, that ball started fair, but just kept turning away from the field of play. So Calton comes in, finds herself behind 0-2.
Emily Hall took that pitch that is also hitting the foul territory. So far, 6.5 innings of work, 3 batters struck out, 1 batter walked, 84 total pitches. After being put in a bind yesterday by Johnson, she's now gotten back in the circle, started to figure it out.
Oh, she got her groove back today. She's just been very efficient in the mound. She's great command of her pitches. Location's been spot on, and her defense behind her's made some plays.
It's now Emily Hall. She'll take this next pitch.
And she's the kind of pitcher. She's not going to blow them by you. She's not going to strike out. Every batter she faces, she's going to pitch the contact, trust her defense, and that's been a recipe for success thus far today for the Brenau Golden Tigers.
Calton gets contact. That is going to be lined right to first. As that was Brookshire with that out. We're going to see another pinch hitter, 2 outs on the board. That is going to be number 51, Haley DeArmond, senior catcher out of Evansville, Tennessee.
And that ball was a shot down the first base line. If that's not caught, Deshaun, it is trouble deep in that right field corner.
Pinch hitting for Tennessee Wesleyan. Number 51.
And now the Golden Tigers just 1 out away. DeArmond coming to the plate to pinch hit for Kaylee Bradley.
You can feel the intensity starting to pick up. Brenau knows what's at stake. Tennessee Wesleyan obviously knows what's at stake. 2 outs on the board. First pitch called strike.
Yeah, great pitch once again from Emily Hall.
Hall, she'll take this pitch. That is going to be popped right in the right field. Brenau advances to the championship. They will play next game. We are going to see a rematch of Brenau and Johnson. Tennessee Wesleyan, beautiful tournament output that they had. Their season has come to an end.
Wesleyan season has come to an end.
Yeah, Brenau just, played very, very well. And at times during this game, Deshaun, the way they were hitting the softball, you thought they were going to score, 9 or 10 runs. And credit to Tennessee Wesleyan to only hold them to 3. But Emily Hall just a little too much in the circle today. Kept hitters guessing all day long. And great defense by her Golden Tiger teammates. And now the championship game is set.
I want to give a quick shout out to Tennessee Wesleyan and just the performance that they had in this tournament, coming in as the number 6 seed. And for everything they did, putting out a number 3 seed, they came into this tournament and knocked out all 3 top seeds.
Yeah, they were.
Turret McConnell, Bryan, and Reinhardt. That was Tennessee Wesleyan.
Yeah, sort of, giant killers this week, and played some fantastic softball. And, you always hate to see when a team's season ends, but definitely tip of the cap to the Tennessee Wesleyan Bulldogs. A great, valiant effort here at the AAC tournament in Kingsport, and just a great week of softball that's about to draw to a close with their championship game.
As now we have a quick shout out on the field. Jay Stancil going down there to honor Bailey Phillips, who did make the all-tournament team.
Yeah, very well deserved. Bailey Phillips had a great week for Tennessee Wesleyan and a great season for the Bulldogs.
Number 3, Macy Chastain.
And Macy Chastain also has made the all-tournament team from Tennessee Wesleyan. Great output that she had during this tournament.
Yeah, Phillips, a senior. Chastain will be back just a sophomore. But congratulations to those young ladies, and congratulations to Tennessee Wesleyan once again on a great season.
Our next game, the championship, will start in about 30 minutes.
So next game will be Brenau in Johnson. What a game today that we saw. What a two-run homer that really put them over. Starting off, you look at what Dayton Power did, lead-off triple, and then with Ava Moon, she followed up with a bunt single, made her way to first. Power makes her way home, first run of the day. And then you look later on, like you said, they got some hits. I mean, Brenau had 11 hits, only scored 3 runs. And then you look into the 5th inning, Ava Moon, after a great at-bat, I mean, it seemed like she had so many foul balls. You was wondering what was going to happen. And then 2-run homer.
Yeah, bomb over the left field fence to Sean. And just looking at my score sheet, and I was trying to get the camera to work for about 2 innings. I may have missed some things, but just glancing down at my score sheet, triple, bunt single, double, 2-run home run, double, double, double. The Brenau Golden Tigers absolutely spraying the ball all over the field and get out of here with a 3-run victory over a very tough Tennessee Wesleyan Bulldogs team. And we'll play Johnson here in about 30 minutes for the championship.
For our Tennessee Wesleyan fans, thank you for tuning in. This was a great season and a great tournament that we have watched from you all. For Brenau, in 30 minutes, you're going to watch this program playing the championship. We have the number 4 seeded Johnson Royals, the number 7 seeded Brenau Golden Tigers playing in the championship. Here on Southeast Sports Network, we will sign off for this game, and we'll get ready in the next 30 minutes here in Kingsport, Tennessee.